Hey guys, welcome back to the Stuff of Legend. My name is D'Lo, and I have some pops for you. So this is a fun one. I have okay. So I just to bear in mind, I do have a budget. I don't go hog wild. Today I had some coupons for Box Lunch, a store at our local mall, and I had apparently some saved earned money at Hot Topic. So as you spend money, they give you like kickbacks. So like for every however many dollars you spend, they'll give you $5 back. Well, I had a few of those as well, and they were having a clearance on some of these older pops. So let's start with the three I got at Box Lunch today. I got a few. Let's start with this one. Boom! So this is a Teen Titans Go Starfire. That's like this 1980s rock power ballad edition from a series, like a few episodes they did. It was a really hilarious episode where they basically did like a nostalgia trip for the 1980s. They came up with original content, but it had the feel like they played this like original power ballad they wrote for the TV show, and in it they redid a lot of the characters to tell this like 1980s story. I don't know if you could see this right here, but you got like Raven, you got Beast Boy, you got Cyborg, Robin, Starfire, and a bear. I'm not going to give away the secret there, but it's a really funny joke that they played into, and it was really cool. They got a famous person to be a part of that adventure, and it was really funny. Some people don't like the Teen Titans Go. It's basically superhero SpongeBob. So if you can imagine like the kind of SpongeBob-y humor you can find on like Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network, that's basically what you're going to get. But it's also the original cast, crew, writers, team from the original Teen Titans show. So it's pretty good stuff if you can tolerate that SpongeBob-y humor. And I can appreciate it. I didn't like it at first, but I sat through and watched it with my daughter, and we ended up really enjoying it. Me and my wife like it now. And it's not as bad as I thought it was coming off of the original Teen Titans, with it having story and like really good action. The Go is just a comedy, but they had this series in it within the show that was really, really awesome. A lot of cool stuff there. On that same path, we have the Cyborg Pop. This one is super cool. It's the 1980s rock Cyborg. Same exact series, same exact story. And then I'll skip past that one. He was basically the main character in that one. But then we also have this Mammoth Pop. Mammoth is a Titans and Teen Titans villain. What's cool about this pop is it's actually probably twice as heavy as the normal pops. I don't know what the exact like weight of these things is, but this one is legitimately much heavier than the others, which is really cool because that's kind of his thing. He's like this super heavy, super strong guy, gifted with super strength. I think he's got like not near invulnerability, but he's wicked tough. He's really hard to take down, but he's a dummy also. He's basically an animal, even though he is a person. Imagine like a Sasquatch with a really thick lumberjack's beard in the comics, and that's what you got here. But in the Teen Titans Go, they gave him like a goatee and long hair. It's pretty close to the original look, except just imagine like a Duck Dynasty long beard. It's basically him. And I hope that we get to see something like him in the Titans show on the DC streaming service, DC Universe. Would be pretty sweet. Next up, we have Galen Erso. I got this guy as part of a giant clearance sale at Hot Topic. And it was really cool because they had buy two, get three free for pops on the clearance area. And this is a lot of the ones that are being commonly rejected. They're not worth a whole lot, but people just weren't buying them, and so they wanted to clear out their inventory. So I actually really love Rogue One, and I really liked Mads Mikkelsen. I like him as an actor, and I really liked his character. I liked Galen Erso in Rogue One. I loved how they told that story. I felt like it really bolstered the original trilogy for me. It added depth and consequence to the story that was already being told. I liked that. Some people didn't like Rogue One. I freaking love it. And he was a huge part of that. And you can see the sticker says 7 $7. It might be backwards if I'm recording this. I don't know if it's going to be backwards or forwards, whatever. But it says $7, and I only had to pay for 2 of these, and I got 3 for free. So the next one I'm going to show off is Maximus. So he's from the Inhumans, right? So I actually already have the Medusa pop, and I'm looking at getting either just the Black Bolt, or I'll get the Black Bolt and Lockjaw double pack, where Lockjaw is teleporting and Black Bolt has the blue all over. I really like that look, and I'll probably get that one. But Maximus, I actually really did like him in the Marvel series Inhumans. It was, I don't know which one was worse, either Iron Fist or that one. I enjoyed watching both, but it wasn't a good production. You could tell it was their lowest budget. Very clearly, the costumes and the CGI, there was a lack of CGI that if they had put a little bit more money, I know it sounds like, oh yeah, like if they threw more money at it, money doesn't always solve everything, but Marvel knows how to make good stuff. It's obvious that they didn't put much effort into this production, and they really did go cheap on it because they weren't banking on it. They were hoping to get Fox and move forward with the X-Men instead of the Inhumans. I don't see why they couldn't do both. They're massively successful. Oh no, 1 second. Sorry about that. My son was fussing a little bit. I had to wrap him up and stuff. He's getting a little cold. Yes, which is shocking. It's a really hot summer day. I've been dying all day. But anyway, yes, so Maximus, really, I forget the name of the actor, but I really enjoyed his performance. He was really good. I just feel like they really should have dove more into Medusa. I mean, I know it's heavy on CGI and it's heavy on budget trying to get the CGI good to get a character like that, but that was really what people wanted to see, was Medusa, and maybe some more Black Bolt action. Maybe see him kill somebody other than his parents, which was quite depressing. I mean, it was good development for the character, but there wasn't a whole lot of that for like any one character, and the bad costuming was kind of a bummer. They really should have dove into his classic look. They should have given him the helmet and the fork and everything. That I think they did a good job with Lockjaw. They should have done a good job with Medusa. Instead of shaving her to save on CGI and make that some like sad story, they should have made her a powerful queen and made it like that. That would have been better, I think. But anyway, I really liked the character. I wasn't going to buy the pop, but it was on clearance, and then they had this sick deal, so I got him. Now I got him, so that's cool. Got a few of these guys up here. I don't know if you guys can see that stack building up, but let's take a look at what else we got. Next up, this one was not on clearance, but because, like I mentioned before, I had some points built up. I think it was like $10 that I could just throw at my purchase because I had been a frequent buyer or whatever. So on top of having the buy 2 for $14 and then get 3 free, I could just, boom, add a normal pop on there and only pay the difference, get $10 off of the normal one. So I got, this one was my normal one, which I got basically for free. You had $2, because I think it was like $12.50 or something total, and I got $10 off. Lurtz from Lord of the Rings, the Uruk-hai. Find the halflings! Come to Daddy. Look, I found the halflings. Here's the halflings. Kisses. Can you say hi?
Hi.
Hi. Is this a TV remote? Oh my goodness. What are you doing? Watching Super Y? I love you. I love you, baby. Now she's watching VeggieTales right here. But yes, Lord of the Rings. I seriously love Lord of the Rings. One of the best film franchises of all time. And man, I freaking love when they did the Uruk-hai. Saruman put his hand on the in the paint, and then he puts his face here. It was just such a good fantasy story. Lord of the Rings is what got me into fantasy. I was not a fantasy. I was comic book and sci-fi, The very first fantasy that I ever got into was Lord of the Rings, and it wasn't the books. I'm not one of those people that was like, yeah, I read the books and it's so much better than the movies. I got into the movies. I'm a movie guy, and since then, I've wanted to go and read the books because I understand now from reading articles and things like that. There's so much more to the Lord of the Rings than what was in the movies, and I feel like now I can appreciate the films. And I can appreciate the books now, probably even more than the movies, because there's more content in the books, as opposed to if I had started with the books, then I would have been maybe disappointed with the movies, because there's less, because in movie format you have to have a clean narrative. I think they did a great job in the movies. I don't think, and I might feel differently once I read the books. Maybe not. I probably won't. I'm usually pretty optimistic about this stuff, and I'm generally just a super fan. You guys probably know that about me by now. But anyway, super happy to find Lurtz. He is one I've been wanting for a very, very, very long time. Now, we also have Carl Mordo and you can see he was on sale as well. We have him from Doctor Strange. Now, he was great. I really enjoyed his character. I liked how they set up like the living tribunal, and they had all the weapons, like I forgot what they're called, like the boots or whatever that help him run in the air and all that stuff. They had a bunch of cool items from the Doctor Strange mythos that were super legit. They actually have him here holding the staff of the Living Tribunal. So that staff he's holding, let me see if I can get a better shot right here. That staff he's holding, that little rod, that's the staff of the Living Tribunal. One of the most powerful beings in the Marvel Universe. And they kind of hint at him there. Whether or not they will actually add that guy, we don't know. Gotta wait and see what Feige, the Russo Bros, James Gunn, what they all have cooking up there in Marvel Creative. And so, yeah, I really like him. I hope that they do more with him. They teased him coming back as a villain character in the future. Maybe we'll get him in Doctor Strange 2 if they choose to do that movie. I think they already confirmed it, so hopefully we're going to get that. But they're kind of being shady right now, not telling anybody anything. But it's part of their thing. They're trying to keep the public attention. Like they want to hang us on the edge like that, just like I hung that on the edge of my table. All right, next up, we have Parzival. What was his name? Wade Watts. Yes, Wade Watts plays as the character Parzival, and they go after all the little the keys that are set up by, I forget the name of the movie. I saw this movie earlier this year, just like many of you guys did when it came out. And I was going into it thinking, oh, that looks like a fun movie. Tons of nostalgia. And it ended up being a super good movie that was not using the nostalgia to just draw people in. It was actually highly integrated into the story plot. And the all the nostalgia pieces were actually pushing the narrative forward. Very few of the nostalgia, like when characters just randomly show up in the combat scenes, that's nostalgia. But what's funny is like all the 80s stuff and the stuff that was throwing back, including like the DeLorean, the Batmobile, those things, and Donkey Kong, those things actually pushed the story forward. It was part of the plot. And Steven Spielberg did a masterpiece on this. And it was actually because of this that I thought for the first time, I was like, you know what? Steven Spielberg might be able to make a live-action Pokemon film, and I think I have an idea how. I'll probably make that video at some point soon over a live feed. I'll just start rambling about it, and I'll see what you guys have to say about that, maybe in the comments if you guys want to join me on that. I'm going to present a case. I'll build a case for you guys. That way I can have my thoughts out on paper. I'm not going off on rabbit trails too much. Kind of stick to the general ideas, because I love rabbit trails, but I know sometimes it can be tiring for you guys to listen to me do this. So, yes, Ready Player One, excellent film. I really enjoy it. I like this pop. I was waiting for it to go on sale, and it finally did go on sale in a way that I was able to cash in and get a ton of these. And I think I played my cards right. It was really good. On that same note, we also have Artemis, and this is a cool one. She was a really good co-star in there with, what was his name again? Ty Sheridan, the kid who plays Cyclops in the X-Men. This was a really good duo in the film. I wasn't a huge fan of the pop, but in the movie she looks really cool, and they have a lot of cool adventure together, and the actress who plays her was really charming, really good. A alongside Ty. Good chemistry, and performed the role really well. I liked it. So I ended up buying this pop, and it was really cool. My wife and I were actually considering naming our daughter Artemis. We really liked that character in the comics, but we also liked the mythos, the Greek mythos there, except for we ended up deciding to go with a Hebrew name because I am quarter Jewish. And we just found that out recently through a DNA test, actually. That was what was shocking. I don't know. I'm culturally blind to a lot of the things that I actually am biologically, but the DNA test really awakened me. And it's not like just a quiz you take online. I actually like spat into the test tube, and then you send it to Stanford, and they send it to Toronto, and they compare it with the DNA from all across the world, and they send it back to you with your test results, and you get percentages. It was the real deal. And I'm actually Native American. Largely. My dad is actually 100%. We didn't know that, but it is, yeah. So you guys are learning more about me than just the pops, which is cool. But my mom's side has the Jewish, which was really tight. I really like that. Interesting culture. But just so you guys can take a peek, this is what I got today. So I got all of this today. Let me see. I think with my coupons and everything at Box Lunch. And so, sorry about that. I'm kind of watching my kids right now. My wife's out and she's shopping, which is it's great. She gets to get out like that. But I'm watching the kids, and my son is speaking. He's learning to speak, so it's a little bit noisy. He was fine, but he's making noises, so I just got to check every now and then. So I got all these pops. I think it was approximately like 30. I think it was like $35 or something like that. Not a whole lot for 9 pops, which is pretty good. And a lot of these things were really cheap. I got them on a cool deal. I think it was actually less than 30. I think it was right around 30. Yeah, I think it was about 30. But not bad. Not bad. And I can check some of these off my list. Some of them weren't on my list of ones that I want to get, but, you know, whatever. It's fine, fun. And let me know in the comments if you guys have any of these pops. What do those stories mean to you? The stories that the pops are connected to, whether it be Teen Titans, whether it be Doctor Strange, whether it be Ready Player One, Star Wars Rogue One, or Lord of the Rings. Which of those is your favorite? Why is it your favorite? And let me know how much you like them. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more of these. I love doing these things. I'm not in my normal format right now because we are getting ready to move. And as you can see, I've got my entire room packed. I actually have my regular computer packed. I'm using a tablet right now, which is why I'm going to be uploading this with no editing. So you guys are going to get that pretty much raw, no intro, no outro. My computer is not available right now. We're getting ready to move. It's going to be very busy. But I'll try to get set up as soon as I can, and hopefully I'll have an actual setup with a background and something cool, some display for all my pops. So you guys can see those when I make my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love making these for you guys. Let me know if there's a video that you guys want me to make, if you want me to talk about a certain thing. I'd love to do that for you guys. I love taking suggestions and hearing from you in the comments. Let's have a discussion. I'll see you guys next time right here on The Stuff of Legend.